We live. Yeah. Hey, y'all. It's this side. Wait a minute. Okay. What in the fuck, bro? Greetings. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Arela Bandera. Welcome to the full moon in Virgo in the constellation of Leo. Regulus energy. It's in the Roy Star of Regulus. Okay. This full moon in Virgo in the constellation of Leo. So it's roaring. It's roaring. Hello, intuitive EVE, Pantera, Soul Plan, is honey. Hi, my love. Hi. Y'all. I just know that the last time I had a pivotal experience with the full moon in Virgo, I was in Puerto Rico. And where I was located, it was right across from a restaurant called Rada. And Rada is included in that New Orleans voodoo tarot deck, which has more to do with the spirit, the knowledge of one's ancestral roots. And where I was located, it was right across from a restaurant called Rada, which is the swords energy in that New Orleans voodoo tarot deck. And this is why you haven't seen me for a while. So what we'll be doing moving forward, because that's the message that has been processed through me to relate to you all, that you're going through an initiation, as you've heard in other messages, but we're getting more deeper into it. You're going through an initiation where you're recognizing, first and foremost, you're initiating yourself within a society of hearing where others are going through initiations through other people and organizations, not knocking them for doing what they do, but I come from a space of where you have to tap into what allows you to have an experience here on this planet. It's your feelings, your thoughts, your heart, your brain, and that mechanism between the two. So Metatron has been coming out often throughout the days that I have not been going live. And Metatron has a lot to do with what you're capable of seeing. And here's what I'm going to say about what you constantly hear about. The fact that you two are in here, that's very significant. I'm gonna just let y'all know that right now. But Ashe. Y'all gave me a confirmation that I was asking about. So when you go through these processes of initiating yourself, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of, I just saw 417 too. It takes a lot of disconnecting, but the disconnection is more so a safety for you and for others. That's the disconnect, where you disconnect yourself from certain situations, and if you're supposed to reconnect with it, I'm not saying go back. Reconnect, go back to different things. Go back means you go back to a specific section in your life that no longer allows you to reconnect to what you're supposed to reconnect with in the moment that you're supposed to reconnect with it. So going back is much different. When you're in this space of initiating yourself or going through initiation process with your ancestors, you're going to see yourself having to disconnect from certain situations in order for you to see what it is that you are to be reconnected with once you go through the mining of the tunnels, once you go through the process of you recognizing yourself as an avatar. This is why that movie or the series, The Avatar, is out, because some of you are out here going through this initiation process yourself, and you are becoming an avatar. An avatar is someone who can embody all elements of this earthly realm or any realms. I'm not just going to say earthly realms, because as to the experience I've had, it's not just earthly. It's not. So, oh, it's been quite a bit. Pain and power are the same depending on where you perceive it from. Pain and power, the same exact experience. The same exact experience depending on where you experience it from. So, perceive it from. So, depending on what it is that you allow yourself, your mind to say, okay, this is the action or the thought process I'm going to take because I see this. That's going to be the difference as to where you go next in matters of the pain or love. So, it's been a minute since I've been on live. But I'm noticing that within all of that, I feel a lot of pressure on my mind's eye right now as I'm talking to y'all. If I get teary-eyed, it's because that pressure is coming through here. When you align with source, it's inevitable for you to experience an emotion we have a tendency to communicate with: sadness or tears of joy. But that tear is not sadness and it's not joy. It's holy water. It's the holy grail. Your tears are holy grails. So any experience that you have and you see yourself going through a purge and tears are following through, it's the holy grail you're experiencing. Your connection to what the holy grail is specific to each and every one of you. That's what that is. It's going to be specific to each and every one of you. This is why this is not a path that's for the faint of heart, because there are going to be certain things you have to do that goes beyond understanding. This is why people ask for peace beyond understanding, but they don't know what they're asking for. This is where you also have to be mindful of, be careful what you ask for. If you're not ready to receive that piece or that part of the puzzle that goes beyond understanding, don't ask for it. Because you're going to have to, quote unquote, disown a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, an auntie, a child. Doesn't matter what their age is. Just be mindful of what it is that you're asking for. Time is an illusion and energy is fluid. We as humanity have had an issue, and I'm going to speak in the sense of you have overcome this already, because I know what I'm speaking to. Doesn't matter where you're at right now. But we as humanity have gotten into a space where we are too attached to my man, my woman, my child, my mother, my father. Don't none of this shit belong to you. This is why mostly y'all be sitting here crying when something leaves your life, instead of allowing yourself to see it as, okay, thank you for the lesson, for the shift in the timeline. Y'all need shifts in your timelines. You ever get the opportunity to experience me personally is because you're prepared to experience what it means to shift timelines. And it's a better experience when you're on that path of a timeline versus attachment. Not in the sense of a comparison, because I'm not comparing the two. I'm not doing that. That's a human way of perceiving what I'm saying. But I'm just letting you know that there is a difference. I'm not comparing the two. There is a difference though, because a comparison is where you're making one better than the other, not so much a difference, because a difference doesn't make one better than the other. And that's been the problem with humanity. You look this way, you look that way, we look different. There's a fucking comparison. Okay. So I've gotten to a space in my life, personally speaking, where I'm not going to give any more warnings. I give warnings for a reason. My crown chakra, my third eye is going off. When I get into this space, my shit starts going off. So I'm gonna stop. Because it's not something that the collective is prepared for. That would be a problem from a humanity perspective. But it's actually a solution when it comes to a frequency and vibration of cause and effect. It's more of a solution. A lot of people want to consider themselves to be free spirit. But that's your man, that's your mother, that's your father, your sister, your brother, your child. You're not free yet. You're not free yet. Because if something were to happen, you wouldn't have this experience of loss. $6:44 on the clock. So I go through many shifts within hours. It doesn't take me 24 hours to get into a certain dynamic of my soul in the ethers. So from this video, from the last video, you're obviously going to see two different perspectives or two different people. But I see it more as perspective. It's a perspective. It's what you're capable of seeing. Because it ain't no different. When I look at it from a bigger picture, it ain't no different. But it's the full moon in Virgo. The reason why this energy is this way, because I've been telling y'all from September, you're rebuilding new habits. It's time to go now. There's a lot that's changed for you since September. New moon in Virgo. It's full now. And I speak from this specifically because I have a moon in Virgo as far as tropical astrology. So this specific point of the full moon in Virgo is sitting in the constellation of Leo. So as far as these new habits you were reestablishing had a lot more to do with your heart. So that means you had to get and out from fear to get to your heart, to make certain decisions, to take certain steps that align with your heart space from here on out. If you met me within the last 2 years, you're prepared to. This shit feels shaky at times. I get it. If it feels shaky, you want to know why? The only reason why it's going to feel shaky is because you're going against your heart. It's that simple. It's that simple. You come back into this realm to learn your lessons and move on so you can expand. But many have been going through cycles of not expanding. So when you hear of that chosen one, is the one who chooses to expand. That's not going to be comfortable. You got to be willing to take that pressure. You got to be willing to be that diamond or any gem. Gem, N-I. You have to be within yourself. You have to be within your own thought process. You have to see your thought process, pull opposite to Gemini, Sagittarius. You got to see what it is that your vision is showing you. Now, when it comes to what your vision is showing you, that whole external factor is coming from within you first. What you're seeing outside of you, it has already been brewed and cooked up and stewed up within you first. The more accountability you take for yourself as to what it is that you're seeing around you has every fucking thing to do with you, the better off you're going to be. Because here's the next step. You're going to see certain things that are in your environment, that are in your energetic space. And you notice this is not you, but it becomes you when you react to it. When you respond to it, full moon in Virgo, I analyze when you respond to it, because before you take a reaction or a response, you're gonna have to analyze what it is that you're seeing. Some of y'all move too quick off that analyzation process. So much so that you move so quickly that you actually prolong what it is that you're analyzing. It becomes an over-analyzation. And now you're not even doing what your heart's telling you to do. Because in true perspective, as far as tropical astrology, when it comes to that Virgo energy, you're going to tap into that beyond realms of the Pisces energy to see what it is that you have to truly analyze. But before you get there, what's right above that? What's right before Virgo? Leo, I will, the heart space. You got to know your heart before you come into these analyzations about what's beyond you. That way you're able to tap into these other systems and mechanisms that you're going to be hearing in these Age of Aquarius, because it's going to be very important and significant for you to understand it. Because right now in this Age of Aquarius, everyone's cause is a cause. And it's going to be up to you to take on that cause. Whatever cause you choose upon, it's going to affect you. Right or wrong, good or bad, don't even fucking exist anymore. It's gone. Right or wrong, good or bad, gone. Cause and effect. And you notice that within those two, you notice the magician you are because you have a choice. Because you're obviously looking at, this is going to create this. This is going to create this. That is going to create that. You've always been a magician, haven't you? You've always been the one who's creating your life. Fear is fake. So whatever tradition you come from and you feel as though it's real, and you know within your body, you become anxious, depressed, all this other stuff. Because your body, your soul, not even your body, your soul speaking to you. Your soul speaks to you constantly. It lets you know this ain't it. This is not it. But you see how powerful you are? You let your thoughts take control of that steering wheel. And you go against your soul. I'm going to just remind you that where we are at as a collective, you don't have that space anymore. And you're going to feel a shock in your body instantly. Your body doesn't have that role that it used to have anymore. Your soul is your body. Before, your body used to be in control of your soul. The soul wants to live longer. The soul wants to experience more. Are you hear what I'm saying? Your soul wants to experience more. Your body been copped out. Y'all all right? Hi, my loves. False evidence appearing real. That's all it is. As I said that, my heart chakra just did something where it said, that fear shit ain't fucking real. We made that shit so real. It's crazy. It's so crazy. We made fear real. It's so crazy. False evidence appearing. Yes, intuitive flow. What up, Just Joe? Evie E? Listen. I got chills. Yeah, I've been releasing a lot. You have been. Just as I have been too. Okay. That was the message I was getting the last 7 days. That this journey is not for the faint of heart. Let's elaborate more on that. This journey is not for the faint of heart. What journey? The spiritual journey. Why is not for the faint of heart? Because there's going to be certain things you have to disconnect from. And you hear this often. But some of you are going to hear this differently. Whenever you watch this, you're going to hear what I'm saying to you differently. It's the same shit that you hear all the time. This is not for the faint of heart. That's the beauty of transformations. And here's what I say about the beauty of transformation. You go through these experiences where you have to detach from certain situations. But you have two paths. You go through a journey in your life where you have to disconnect yourself from certain situations. Once you get to that destiny of having to disconnect yourself, disconnecting yourself from certain situations, you got two paths to keep going with that destination or to take a new one. This path always shows up to you constantly, different ways. Different ways that when it comes to that point where where it allows you to cross the finish line, once you get to that point, because there's certain things that you're supposed to be connected to, but there are other situations involved. Let's look at this as an 8 symbol. An 8 symbol. You're right here at the crossroads. But instead of you completing this 8 symbol, right? You're going this way. Now, this side of you starts to make you uncomfortable, starts to create discomfort within your body, starts to create pain within your body. Now you think you're going through some shit. Now your ass going to the doctor. Do what you got to do. But if your ass is going to the doctor and you take yourself a couple circles backwards and recognize where the shit came from, because energy is fluid. Time is an illusion. Take your ass back to whatever experience you had where your heart chakra shut off because you were hurt. It created this pain defense mechanism in your body. This is why certain people gotta be mindful. Oh, this is genetic. That bullshit is genetic. That discomfort ain't genetic. That bullshit is genetic. Somebody gotta stop it though. If you here on this channel and you still keeping that cycle going, I highly suggest you don't do that. I highly suggest you unsubscribe from the channel too. Because you reached a point in your life that if you encounter me, you're prepared to reach a point where you realign with your heart chakra. Because when you realign with your heart chakra, whatever that is that you're supposed to walk away from won't ever be difficult. Ever. You know how many different things, scenarios, people I've had to walk away from? Which is why I know it's not impossible. Which is why I don't allow people to say that they can't. No, it's not that you can't, you don't want to. There's a difference. The can't is a coward's move. That's all it is. You're going against moving forward. You don't know which direction you want to take. Because you got that word ward in the same word as forward. Forward. That's another video. Forward. What are we talking about? Which direction are you going? There's certain cravings and certain numbers that are coming to you to direct you as to which direction you're going. Some of y'all take that too much as as a coincidence. Or you tell yourself, I'm gonna look this up, da 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 da, blase blase, and you never do. And then you sitting here looking for answers when the answers already showed up to you. And some of y'all need to stop proving yourself to people. Show yourself to you. As long as you look for clarity outside yourself, that vision is always going to be blurred. That's the last resort. The vision outside of you is your last resort. Put it this way, as a last resort. This would be people speaking about you at your funeral. This is why I stay to myself. I'm going to tell you things you're not prepared to hear. But if you hear, your soul is urging you to listen. If you don't, let this be the last time you come up over here. Because you shouldn't be complaining about whatever it is that you was complaining about 2 seconds ago before you showed up here. Fast forward or rewind this video wherever you land up on this video or any other video. If you're not ready to change this, it's not the channel for you. I said I was going to stop giving warnings, but I do so only because of my love. But I know my power. And I overstand understanding and what each and every one of you have a power to do. You want to sit here and play this shit small and move one way this way and move one way another way? Watch it. It's not a threat. It's not. I don't verbalize threats because I'm a threat. I handle my shit. I don't got space for threats. So if you're here and any message resonate with you, get the fuck moving on what it is that you gotta do for you. Because whatever it is that you're doing outside of you and you want it to be for you and it's not just you just yet, you got to do it for you first. You want to do it for you first. That chosen path ain't for the faint of heart. Because a lot of things that you will have to decide from, and you only got 2 options. You got the option of saving a relationship or saving the entire globe. You could save a relationship, but if you don't save the globe, you won't be able to have that human experience with that relationship. Think about it. Feel it. Be wiser in what you do. If you are a blue hand galactic signature, I'm specifically speaking to you because you're the zone of the avatar. You embody every single element. As the zone of the avatar, my grandmother is the zone of the avatar. I'm the establisher of the Genesis. You have quite the mission. You don't have to be the blue hand. I'm just saying, whoever is a blue hand and they don't recognize that they're the zone of the avatar, this is who you are. Anything that you have that you want to keep close to you is going to be a liability to you. It's quite the journey. It is. But you'll have your moment when you can experience it all. But when it's time to get in that zone of putting things in order, and you came back for that reason, this is the time. This is the time. As a new beginning is being reestablished, this is your time. Some of y'all still connect to that energy as to what I'm speaking to. It's just what it is. And when saying it's just what it is, it's more so you being capable of taking on what is. It's what you're all capable of. Every single one of us here. Pull a couple messages here. Temple Path Victory. Daughter Romance. The Sun. New beginning. You see the baby. You see the books, you see the trumpets, you see the water, you see the cup. There's so many different elements within this. There's a whole new beginning as to where it is that you put what it is that you want to put into your life right now. Completion of a cycle with the World card at the bottom of the deck. But this is only going to come through 29 once you have an appreciation from recognizing that you manifested all of it. 15, all these challenges, that's the Capricorn energy, the Devil card. Appreciation for all these levels of temptation that allowed you to close out cycles. This is what I mean. This is not for the faint of heart. A lot of people want to be on this journey, but it takes quite the version of you as far as you being in connection to your heart chakra. Not too many people know what that is. You can be startled. You may be scared about certain situations, but fear, that's an establishment. That's a building block. It's different. This is why people don't know what love is. This is why it hurts, because they don't know what it is. Love is only going to hurt you when you don't know it. It's too powerful of an energy. You got to be a master of yourself to experience love. You better love yourself first. The number one cause of death is the lack of love. It causes everything else. Literally. Gotta be beyond dedicated. Dedication is inspired by you. Dedication is only your word because of you. The same way the ego is. The ego is only real because you make it so. Love is a power unto itself. It created you. Two people could have hated each other, but there was an essence of love that created you. Keep this world fucked up, all right? But we fixing it. I'm gonna leave that there because that came out. One more. I ain't gonna be on here for that long. I don't need to be. Don't need to be. $144. You don't need to be here that long. Woman holding a heart and the sun card. You got that love, you got your soul. It's as simple as that. 144. It's a frequency. Angel of balance. Right here at the bottom of the deck. 7-11 on the timer. And with that, I'm out. I'm on a whole different mission. I love y'all. Ciao.